welcome to all of our friends and brand ambassadors, not just in the United States, but around the world. Particularly warm welcome to the folks in the Pacific Rim. This is being translated simultaneously to all of those folks over in the Pacific Rim. So there's a separate platform that they're watching on, and hopefully I'll talk slowly enough that the translation will come out clean. Tonight we have a special night for you. We've been doing these calls for a couple of nights, but a couple of Mondays in a row, and we've tried to tell you a little bit about what's going on. But tonight we have an opportunity to share this with a ton of new folks. And so just to give you a little bit of background of where we are and how we got here, every company in the direct sales space has two distinct ingredients: operations and distribution. When about a year ago, when some of us in the distributor side were looking at the industry, we saw an industry that was flat and it was kind of retreating. And our perception was that industry needed a new story, and it needed a place for people to land, a platform where they could be successful and they could win, and a group of people who could found a distributor base based on character and integrity and virtue and morals, and an industry that sometimes, like a lot of industries, finds those characteristics lacking. So I was fortunate enough to team up with Kim Wee and Samson Lee and Lance and Tracy Smith and my wife, Linda. And we were in search of the right team to provide the operations piece to a new company. And the operations piece had to be founded on the same principles: integrity and character and fairness. And that team would have to be willing to start something completely new and completely fresh. And while the distribution side, of course, we would supply an army of purchasers of the right products in the right markets. And the health and wellness space was a space where we wanted to go. This corporate leadership team, it had to consist of big thinkers, people with the skill set to ramp up to a high volume quickly, to deliver products in a wide range of markets, to provide logistics support in the form of back offices and products and delivery of products on time and pay commissions on time. And just like the distributor base, we had to find an operations team that was willing to lose sight of shore in order to find that new world that we were all seeking. We found that in an operations officer, a guy that you're going to get to meet next week, and his team. Well, operations has to come from somewhere, and the somewhere had a distributor base of their own. And it's with great pleasure and honor and joy that I get to welcome that distributor base to the first of our calls tonight. When we're out talking to folks and kicking the tires on things, we get to refresh acquaintances with good old friends and make new friends along the way. And we've done that, and we'd like to welcome all of those people who are joining us for the first of our calls tonight. Without further ado, however, I don't want to take up any more time. That gives us a very brief history of where we've been. The guys that are going to talk to you about where we're going are two of my dear friends, two people who've got a rich history in the industry, two people whose character is unmatched, unparalleled, whose leadership style is one of leading by example, and who I find to be two of the best trainers, best teachers in this industry. And so without further ado, I give to you two of my dear friends, the one, the only, the legendary, the famous, the incomparable Lance and Tracy Smith. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate that. And it's great to jump on here with all of you tonight or today or wherever you are around the world. I know this is global, and I want to welcome each of you. There's a lot of you, as Mike said, that are in this space that are coming here to kick the tires and see what we're all about. There's some of you that are brand new that you don't even know what you're here to see yet, but you're excited. You can feel the excitement coming, and we couldn't be more excited about where we're at right now and what we're about ready to launch. You know, for us, our journey started when I was 21 years old. I worked at a retail store. One of the best things that came out of that is I got a chance to meet my wife. We ultimately got married, but I was after 6 years at that company, I got laid off, and I got a severance package that was under $1,000 for the 6 years I put in. And I realized real quick that I didn't want to do that the rest of my life, that I wanted to find a different pathway. And that pathway led us to this space. We got involved in the industry at a early age at 21. We got beat up for about a year. We really weren't sure what we were doing. We didn't have confidence. We read a lot of books. We got around some mentors, but we absolutely fell in love with this industry. It's funny because, when you go, if you were to go out and buy a drill, most people who buy a drill, they don't want to drill. What they want is a hole. And I don't think there's anyone on this call that has had success that would say, hey, we wanted to get involved in this industry. What I wanted was the freedom of time. I wanted to be able to live a life by design. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to wake up when I wanted to wake up and go do what I wanted to do. And this industry certainly has provided that. And not only for us, but for thousands and thousands of people around the world. It's been a fantastic life. And for 30 something years, we've been financially free. We absolutely love this space. And we love this industry when it's done right. And I will tell you that for all of us in 2019, we had an industry that was doing 100 billion plus, was paying out tens of millions of dollars a month in commissions, and it was going great. We were traveling the world. We were speaking to thousands of people. We were having arenas, and then all of a sudden the unthinkable happened. The world shut down. And I've had several conversations with people about what the last 3 years, and I don't think we'll really fully know what the last 3 years have done to people and families and kids. Man, I'm praying for the world, because there's a lot of people who have lost some hope, and they've been beat up. I read a statistic just the other day that 64% of the people in America are living from paycheck to paycheck. And so there's a lot of people out there that are hurting. But this last 3 years has also hurt our industry, and it's hurt our industry in the sense that we're used to hugging on each other and speaking and doing events. We're used to being around people that we care about and sharing a great message of hope. And we weren't able to do that for a few years. And so as a whole, our industry is in a little bit of a flux. It put everybody back on their heels. And over the last year, all of us have felt called together. We were all praying for some type of a solution of what if we could do this right? What if we could get the right people in the right place at the right time and do the right thing? Because you know what? Right now, the world desperately needs what this industry has to offer when it's done correctly. And we had a chance to cross paths with Kim Wee and Mike and Linda, and I see the Rouses on here, the others leaders in this space. And we all came together and we said, what would it be like if we could create something really from the ground up? It would really, it would have to come from a couple different areas. It'd have to have three pillars really to hold this up. Between a lot of us there on this call, I think that we were talking the other day, and there was maybe a couple hundred years of experience on the call. And these three pillars are really what make this industry work. The first pillar is people. Without a shadow of a doubt, the network marketing industry, the affiliate marketing industry is all about the people. When people join this industry, they don't join a company, they don't join a product, they actually join you, they join us. For years, people would say, hey, can you show me your business? And I really felt awkward showing them a product or showing them a compensation plan or introducing them to an executive, because really that's really not what our business is. Our business is you, it's me, it's your neighbor, it's your friends, it's the stories that you hear. And over the last 30 something years, we've been blessed to hear the stories of the single moms that were able to maybe stay home and raise their family, to the elderly couple that couldn't afford a retirement. They're able to do that now. And this business will always be around the people. And we wanted to create a business that model, an opportunity that focused on that and remembered that. Our industry, like others, has seen a lot of hype and a lot of people trying to, that have jumped in that maybe didn't have the right morals or the right values. We thought, what, number one, this has to be about the people. If we can't bless people's lives, then we don't need to be part of it. The second thing we needed a platform. As Mike mentioned, we needed to have a platform where we could bring someone together, and we could have a company. We could have executives that we believed in, that were transparent, that would work with us, that would provide a product that would make a difference in people's lives. And you're going to hear about that in just a minute. We wanted it backed by science. We wanted to be able to have logistics to ship around the world. We wanted to have a platform and an opportunity where you could create an income and you could literally write your own way if you're willing to go put the work out. And certainly that has come together. We can't wait for the launch this next week. So you can see behind the curtains of all the things that have come together, because really the next greatest story in this space is being put together right now. And the last P of it, or the third pillar, is having a purpose. Having a vision that's greater than ourselves. It's for us, we've been blessed. I know we had this conversation with Kim. There's a lot of us that don't necessarily have to go jump in and do one of these again, but it's like we've practiced our whole lives to hit home runs, and it's the World Series and we know how to hit them. And there are so many people out there that are praying for something. They need hope, and to be part of something, to create something that's bigger than all of us, to create a vision and give hope back to people to where they can see their lives improving. where they can go ahead and release the fear that they've been living under and actually live and become a servant leader and help other people succeed. That's one of the greatest things that we've ever witnessed in the industry. And we do it as good or better than anyone else out there. And so we're about to launch the greatest story in this next decade. It's a new year. It's a new platform. It's a new idea. It's a new vision. It's a new partnership. And it's going to be one heck of a new story. And so I couldn't be more proud of it. I'm going to pass it back to you, Mike, and we'll talk about the product side or the platform side. Thanks, everyone.
Well, the platform side consists of a whole bunch of things, but primary among those are the products. And tonight we have the benefit, the joy, the good fortune of having teamed with a management team that has a scientific advisory board that is literally second to none in the industry. It's one thing. My wife is a scientist, and she's a scientist for a drug company, and her job is in part to vet speakers. She's the global director of medical affairs for a large pharmaceutical company. And part of her job is to vet speakers or thought leaders before the company accepts them and allows them to be part of the message that they're sending. So I relied heavily on Linda McCormick when we were kicking the tires with this group to look at the scientific advisory board and tell us, hey, are these guys the real deal or not? She could have given a recommendation absolutely no more glowing than the recommendation she gave regarding Dr. Dan Gubler. Dr. Dan Gubler is an amazing expert. He was trained at Caltech. He's a natural product chemist, an expert on how molecules from plants work to improve the health of all of us. He won the DSA Visionary Award. He's an American Cancer Society Fellowship. He's the Best Educator Award from BYU. And aside from being endorsed by my wife, and aside from having all those accolades, we had the pleasure to spend a ton of time with him several months ago, where he explained all the ins and outs of products. And one of the things I love about the guy is he puts it in terms that are simple, that even I can understand. When I try as a lawyer to educate jurors, I have to dumb it down so I can understand it, because if I can understand it, then maybe they can. He's so good at coming up with metaphors and analogies that drive the point home. And we couldn't be more blessed than to have someone like Dr. Dan to talk to us tonight and to talk to the people we know, love, and care about that we'll be sharing these products with as we evolve through this business. So without further ado, I give to you Dr. Dan Gubler. Take it away, Dr. Dan.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. So grateful to be with you all. Mike, thank you so much for the kind introduction. Lance and Tracy, great to see your beautiful smiling faces. So great to be able to work with you all. Mike's introduction could have been a lot shorter. My introduction is this: I eat, I sleep, I drink, I breathe science and chemistry. And that's it. It's who I am. It's in my DNA. It's literally in my DNA. This is my grandfather. My grandfather was a famous biochemist at Cal Berkeley, and he discovered, with a team of scientists, thiamine, the vitamin thiamine. He discovered thiamine, and he discovered the role of copper in the body. It's not just copper wiring and whatnot. He figured that out. And so I grew up working in his lab, palling around, harassing his graduate students and postdocs, and, saying, what are you doing? What's this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I titrate this? And I'd sit in his chair. I still remember I would beg my mother to go down to the university to go into Grandpa's lab, and she would finally concede after hounding her, and I would go down there. If she wouldn't drive me, I'd take the bus down there, sit in his lab chair, put on his lab coat that smelled like formaldehyde and different nasty buffers, and I would pretend to write in his lab notebook. Sometimes I'd scribble in it accidentally, and he didn't like that. But anyways, and I'd draw structures on the board, or what I thought was structures, but I have always wanted to be a scientist. When I was 12 years old, this same grandfather of mine came down with cancer. And I remember distinctly that night when my dad broke the news to me. I ran down to my room, threw myself on my bed, inconsolable. My hero. My world was over, literally. I thought my world was over. I thought my grandpa was going to die soon. Thankfully, he lived many, many years. But from that point on, I made a vow that I would use chemistry and science. I would learn as much as I can to help people. And that's really what it's all about for me, folks. It's not about the money. It's not about, whatever. A couple things. I love science. Like I said, it's my passion. It's what I do when I don't have anything else to do. And I love this industry. I've been in this industry for 12 years, and I love the transformation that happens when people use powerful science-based products. They transform their lives and lives of those around them in all aspects of their lives. So we're gonna talk about some products. Let me share my screen here. And when it comes to these products, we thought to ourselves, if we really want to transform the world, and we really want to transform the world, what are certain areas that we can focus on? And in particular, what are 6 areas that we can focus on? There's so many products out there. There's so much out there that people are saying, there's great science or this or that, but really, what do we need to do? What are the core pillars of health when it comes to science-based supplementation? And these are the 6: gut health, joint health, cellular guardian. We need to protect and nourish the cells. We need to strengthen the immune system. We need to give the body everything that it needs, a superfood supplement. And then we need to maintain health of the skin. So I'm going to talk about each of these. But before I do that, all this is great. And there's so many supplement companies out there, thousands of supplement companies, and they all talk about ingredients, right? Oh, we have curcumin, and we have ginkgo, and we have ashwagandha, and we have rhodiola, and they're so amazing because they do blah, 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 blah. Well, I used to be in the pharma industry. I synthesized drugs before I got into the nutraceutical industry. And as a pharmaceutical scientist, when you synthesized a drug, it had to meet these criteria. It was an acronym, ADMET. And A stands for absorption. Any pharmaceutical scientist knows that when you make an organic compound, and all the molecules from plants are organic, they're not soluble in water. So you have to do something with them. You have to put them in a liposome, a phytosome. You have to complex them with cyclodextrins. You have to do something to make them soluble. Because if you don't, the body's 60% water and the blood's 90% water. If you don't do that, then these molecules, they go into the bloodstream and bleh, they crash out. And they're paralyzed, and they're not absorbed in the cell, and they're of no use. And so all these companies are talking about how great their ingredients are. They don't have any absorption technology behind it. And so their products are not effective to a large degree, to most degrees, depending on the product. And so for us, we first wanted to focus on absorption. I love cellular absorption. I've made my living as a scientist, studying molecules in plants, traveling around the world, using them in formulations. But even before that, figuring out ways to get molecules through the cell membrane, because the cell membrane is particular on what it lets in and what it doesn't let in. And that's good, because if it let everything in, you're dead. So it has to be very selective. And so we have technologies here that I've been studying for a long period of time, and pleased to with these 6 products and 6 need states. What I'm saying is, keep in mind, it's not just the need state; it's the absorption technology behind it, and the molecules are highly absorbed and they're locked up in different delivery vehicles. So let's talk about each of these. Gut health. For every 1 human cell in the body, we have 10 bacterial cells. And these bacterial cells make up what's called the gut microbiome. And if you were to gather all of the bacteria in the body and in the gut and put it together, it would weigh about 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds, which is the same weight as the human brain. And so that's why the gut microbiome is called the second brain. And so what we need to do with gut health is we need to purify the gut. We need to remove the body of toxins, because toxins are what kill the good bacteria in the gut. And so we need to remove the toxins. We need to detoxify the elimination organs. We need to increase nutrient absorption. One of the issues with the modern processed diet and different factors that are going on is the nutrients aren't absorbed. So it's a double-edged sword. Number one, we're not getting the nutrients we need because of the modern processed diet. And number two, when we get those nutrients, because our gut health is all messed up, they're not absorbed. And that's because we're accumulating these toxins again and again and again. Mike told you I love analogies, and I do. The analogy that I like about this, that I think of when I think about this is, that those hoarding shows, hoarders on TV, where you watch those people that are hoarding things in their houses, and people go into these homes and they can barely stand, and there's a nasty smell and whatnot, and these homes become unsafe. Well, that's what happens in our body. Our body is a nice, clean, beautiful home so that the body can do everything that it needs to. But the air we breathe, the water we drink, the things we touch, even toxins start to accumulate in our body. And so it gets to the point, if we don't do anything about it, that the body slows down, it's sluggish, the body can't lose weight. Cognitive health suffers, gut health suffers, maintaining a healthy inflammatory status in the body suffers, the genes, the chemical switches in the body suffer. So if we want to be healthy, one of the core pillars is we need to support the gut, and we need to do so by detoxifying the body. Now, when we talk about detox and cleanse, we're not talking about a laxative cleanse, where you have the runs for a long time and you have to just live on the toilet. That's not what we're talking about. Those types of products are actually harmful for human health because you're actually flushing the second brain out. We're talking about a nice daily cleanse, a product that efficiently goes in, grabs the toxins and shuttles them efficiently, gently out of the body so that you feel great and you can reach the health goals that you want. So you can see here, these are some of the benefits of this incredible product. The key ingredients here, black mineral powder is one of the key ingredients. And in that powder is an amazing molecule called fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is found in the soil. Plants need fulvic acid. Plants use fulvic and humic acid to make all of the medicinal compounds that they use to protect themselves and that we use to protect ourselves and to improve our health. And so fulvic acid is amazing at binding to toxins and shuttling them out of the body. It binds to toxins, heavy metals, pharmaceutical residues, pesticide residues, residues from pollution, the air that we breathe, those molecules that get into the lungs and then circulate through the bloodstream. Fulvic acid is incredible at detoxifying the body. Liposomal milk thistle. So milk thistle contains a phytonutrient called silymarin. And one quick thing about what we're doing in this new movement with these products. I'm a natural products chemist, like Mike said. More specifically, I'm a phytonutrient chemist, which are the medicinal molecules in plants. So these products, it's not just about the ingredients, but more importantly, it's about the health promoting medicinal phytonutrients. Because you can have an ingredient like milk thistle that has been processed wrong, that's old, and that has zero medicinal phytonutrients. And then you can have the ingredient that we have in here that's packed with silymarin, liposomal silymarin. So keep that in mind. It's not just about the ingredients, it's about the medicinal phytonutrient ingredients in these products and in this technology, because we are phytonutrient curators. We dive into these amazing little plants, pick and choose, pull out, oh, that's a cool molecule here, that's a cool molecule here, oh yeah, that's awesome, that's awesome, that's awesome. And we put them together into something that just sings and hums with beauty. And so we have burdock here to help to cleanse the lymphatic system in the stomach. We have kelp, as you see here, that can help with hair, skin, nail development. And I won't go into all the ingredients, but you can see this is a very well-rounded formula and product that can support health of all of the elimination organs of the body to make sure that the body is now functioning properly. It's getting rid of the toxins. Again, back to our hoarding analogy, this project is basically bringing in the cleanup crews on those TV shows that come in and just grab everything and throw it in the dumpsters and put it in trucks and haul it all off. So now it's a beautiful, pristine area where the body can now do its job. So that's this first product and need state that we're talking about with gut health. Next, joint health. If we want to be healthy, we need to exercise. And if we want to be able to exercise and to do it continually, we need to have healthy joints. And unhealthy joints come from, as you see here, one of the need states and benefits of this product is it maintains a healthy inflammatory status in the body. That's crucial. We need a little bit of inflammation in the body to help the body to spur change. That's what it needs. But if inflammation gets to a runaway state, then that's not good. It's like having a fire in a fire pit. It's great. Warm your hands, chat with your friends, cook some s'mores, barbecue. It's great. But if that fire starts to waft onto the nearby tree and the neighbor's house and whatnot, and then you have a full-blown forest fire, that's not great, obviously. So we want to be able to support joint health. We want to ease muscle stiffness. We want to help with exercise recovery. We want to scavenge and neutralize free radicals so that we can move and flow and have exercise so that we can reach our health goals. Because we eat to be lean, we exercise to be healthy. So this product helps to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body. You can see the key ingredients here, liposomal curcumin. We have another ingredient that's a few ingredients that aren't here. One is called qualeosaponins, and those actually form a delivery system, an absorption technology called micelles. So we have liposomes, and if you don't know what liposomes are, simplistically, they're like a little bubble, and this bubble holds bioactive molecules, because bioactive molecules, like we talked about before, are freaked out about water. They do not like water at all. And if they sit in water too long, they die and they're flushed out of the body. So when molecules get in water, they're like, it's like that lava game that you have a few seconds to find a safe spot or you're going to die. And so these molecules, when they see liposomes, it's a little bubble and they run right in there. And these liposomes deliver these molecules. They're soluble in water, in the bloodstream, and they deliver them into the cell. So we have a liposomal delivery system. That's part of the cellular absorption technology here. We have micelles, another cellular absorption technology. Other ingredients we have in here are menthol and piperine. And these are actually adjuvants. And what adjuvants do is they just shock the cell membrane a little bit so the molecules go in. Like those spy movies where people are breaking into a compound and they turn off the cameras for a split second so the people can run in, right? And the security guys, the camera flickers, and they're like, oh, okay, it's just whatever. And the good guys are in. That's what we do. So we have 3 different cellular absorption technologies in this product. We have boswellia, black cumin oil, and curcumin, which are really good at easing muscle stiffness, joint stiffness. They're amazing at helping to maintain a healthy inflammatory status in the body. We have ginger, we have acai, we have shiitake mushroom. And these ingredients all come together. Again, it's the phytonutrients that we're pulling out, not just the ingredients here. They come together to provide a product that people feel, many people feel on the first dose. And for me, when I formulate something, that's the coup de grace. That's always on my list. If I could formulate something where someone takes it and they feel something right away, you don't have to take it for months in order to feel something, or you don't, or like a multivitamin, the classic multivitamin where you take it for a long period of time, you don't feel anything, but you have faith that it's going to do something, but it likely isn't. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So anyways, this is another great product. So you can see we're walking through here. We've supported gut health. We're cleansing the gut. We're rebuilding the gut microbiome. And now we're bringing the forest fire down. We're extinguishing the forest fire. So now the fire is now back to this nice fire pit. So now we can have a nice, good conversation. And now things are good, right? Those 2 things alone. Wow. Just think if you're taking these 2 products, how you would be feeling, how the people around you would be feeling. And then it gets better. We need to protect the cells from premature aging and damage, because UV radiation, pollution, stress, anxiety, poor diet, lack of sleep, lack of exercise, all of these things press down on the cell and try to break the cell down. And when that happens, the cell ages prematurely. Scientifically, it's called oxidative stress, but we want to maintain a healthy antioxidant status in the body so that we can have health and longevity, neutralize free radicals. And we want to have phytonutrients that act as a protection. So basically, this product is like having a shield where all of the lifestyle factors that we talked about that are pressing in, this product creates a buffer between us and those factors so that our cells can grow and reproduce normally and naturally so we can have health and longevity. And so with this product, we have resveratrol in here. We have 200 milligrams of resveratrol, which is a large amount of resveratrol. There aren't any other products that are in this space that have 200 milligrams of resveratrol. Resveratrol is a master regulator, helps to regulate the genes, the chemical switches in the body. It helps with youthfulness and longevity. It's a great antioxidant. Basically, resveratrol, you could go down the list and check. It's one of these amazing molecules. And we have 200 milligrams of highly bioavailable resveratrol. And that's key because resveratrol by itself, it's only about 20% absorbed in the body. So let's say you have, 100 milligrams of resveratrol, only 20 milligrams of that is actually making a difference. With the cellular absorption technology that we have in this product, absorption is now up to 95%. So now you're seeing the body's seeing everything. It's flying into the cell, it's floating into the cell, and it's having a huge benefit. But you look at the other ingredients here. This is a powerhouse. Like in Major League Baseball, this is a heavy hitter lineup where you have number 1, resveratrol, number 2, glutathione, the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. That's a great radical scavenger that is like a bloodhound that seeks out those radicals and destroys them. We have CoQ10. We have 10 different superfruits here. We have pomegranate with its special molecules that are able to reduce oxidative stress. So again, powerful lineup here. We have hydrolyzed collagen that helps to promote skin health. Okay, so now we have the shield, right? So the gut's now good. The fire's now good. We can exercise well. Joints aren't stiff, achy anymore. And now we have this shield that follows us around. So we're doing really good, right? Now what we need to do is we need to support health of the immune system. I think everybody the last few years has really come to have a greater appreciation of what our immune system does. There's 2 different parts of the immune system: the innate immune system, which is, to use an analogy, it's the number of defensive weapons, the tanks, the infantry, the planes, the aircraft carriers the body has to fight against the enemy. And then number 2, the adaptive immune system, the part of the immune system that's been trained to neutralize an enemy. And then as it shows here, so we want to promote health of the innate and the immune system. We want to support the healthy immune response, but it's back to the gut. Again, 80% of the immune system is in the gut. So we want to nourish the gut microbiome to make sure that the immune system is functioning properly. So imagine if we could do that. Your immune system would be humming. It would be actively seeking and destroying threats. It would be constantly rebuilding its army and being strong. And it would destroy bad bacteria and their ability to gang up and overwhelm the body and get us sick. And so that's what we have here. We have silver, we have vitamins and minerals, highly bioavailable vitamins and minerals. We have quercetin. Quercetin and a few other ingredients they inhibit the ability of bad bacteria to chatter with each other, because that's actually how we get sick. Bacteria like to chatter with each other. They gossip. And when they gossip and talk, they grow, and then the things get more juicy, and more bacteria come in and come in and come in and come in. And now you have this critical mass that they're like, oh yeah, now we can take on the body. And they do. And a lot of times they win in getting us sick for a short period of time. Well, quercetin and a few other ingredients here actually stop the ability of bad bacteria to talk. And bacteria are social creatures. When they're siloed and isolated, they die. So this is actually called quorum sensing, and there's no other product on the planet that has this technology except for here at this opportunity that we're talking about. And that's really cool. Quorum sensing, innate immune system, and adaptive immune system. Wow. So now we're really doing good. You think of all the products. If you're taking these 4 products, man, life is sweet and it's humming. Well, the next product is a superfood supplement. The body's like an amazing molecular machine. It performs millions of chemical reactions every single second. It's like a sports car that was meant to go 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And that sports car, man, that's humming, right? And it needs tires, it needs fuel, it needs brakes, it needs a constant supply of these, because it's just churning through them, these high performance cars. If you watch like Formula One and whatnot, right, you see how fast they go through these tires. And so the body's like that as well. It's a machine. It needs vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and enzymes and probiotics and greens and berries, and it needs all of these things in order to function properly. And so that's what we've done in this product. We've given the body everything that it needs. A lot of us watched football yesterday here in America. And the analogy, if you have that great running back, you just give the football to the running back and he'll get you 6, 7, 8 yards every single time, unstoppable. That's what the body is. You give it what it needs and it takes care of the rest. So this product gives the body everything that it needs for heart, brain, eye health. Again, to support the gut microbiome. We see a trend here, right? To promote cellular energy, to help with youthfulness, vitality, to give us natural energy, to turn the mitochondria, the power plants in the cell on. And these are some of the key ingredients. What's really cool about this formula is we have natural vitamins and minerals that are from yeast. And these vitamins and minerals are highly absorbable into the cell. And we'll talk later about exactly how that works, but they're highly absorbable into the cell. And we have enzymes as well that make all of the ingredients here highly absorbable in the cell. And so as a result, this is a product that people feel when you take it. You know, I've had people say, well, whoa, how much caffeine is in this product? I'm like, nada quintada, 0 milligrams. Because again, you give the body what it needs, boom, the power plants of the cell start to come online and you feel great. Okay, so the last product. If we want to maintain health, again, we were thinking about what are the key pillars for human health, and we've talked about 5 so far. And the 6th, I think it's obvious to a lot of us, it's the skin. The skin is much more than just cosmetic. We want beautiful skin, and it's super important, right? It's one of the first things people notice when they look at us. But even more important than that, the skin holds everything together. And the health status of the body, a lot of times you can tell by what the skin looks like. And so we need to maintain health of the skin. It's the largest organ of the body. It's external. It's prone to being damaged. And so we want to have health of the skin. And that's what this product does. It provides 5 grams of marine collagen, keratin. It helps with hair, skin, nails. It helps with immune response, joint response. The key features here, we have hydrolyzed and micronized collagen. And this collagen is a large molecule, so it's not absorbed in the body. And people are talking about collagen peptides, and those are great, but even the absorption of collagen peptides aren't as good as they could be. So we do a 2-step process where we make these collagen peptides smaller and smaller until they're super bioavailable. We have keratin, which is also hydrolyzed. We have hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, obviously, biotin, pomegranate. What this formula does is it actually trains the body to make collagen again, because as we start to age, at about age 30 or so, collagen levels start to decrease. The factories in the cells start to produce less and less collagen. So we need to get that up. And that's what this product does. That's what it's been designed to do. So anyways, I could talk about this forever, but these 6 products, powerful products, I hope what you've seen is they create a really nice, beautiful ecosystem where you now have a rock solid foundation where you can take the day head on, you can find joy, your body is healthy and strong, you can do everything that you want and need to, and it's just a beautiful ecosystem. And I'm so grateful that I was able to be with you all tonight and to talk about it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Dr. Dan.
Thanks so much.
Great job. Oh my gosh, I think we were on for maybe a couple hours today, just trying to, quiz Dr. Dan, like, oh my gosh, how are we different and what's so special about us? And it was an amazing session. So the more we get to listen to him, the better we are. So now I think we're going to go over some product packs that are going to be available to you. And I'm really excited about this. This is our intro pack. And $200, 100 CV. What does this do to you? It activates you as a brand ambassador. And so this will be the first pack available. Well, we have several packs available, but anyway, it's going to be a great pack. $25 PIB, which is a product introduction bonus that comes with this also. Okay, so we'll go to the next. This is a premium pack, 300 CV, $600. It has a leadership matching bonus, level 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at all those products for not 4 levels. Sorry, I got too excited. 1, 2, 3 levels for 4 weeks. This is an incredible pack. It comes with a PIB, product introduction bonus, for $100. And so that's really cool. And so we'll go ahead to the next. Business Builder Pack. 1,360, 680 CV, but listen to those benefits. Do you see them up there in the top corner? It comes with a 3 month prepaid auto ship. So that's really cool because you're getting a nice assortment of products. And so we didn't want to overwhelm you with the next shipment of auto ship. And so we've put a lot of thought into these packs. They're fantastic. 60 CV will come in those next 3 months. And so it'll satisfy your requirement and keep you active. Also, get this. This is so cool. This was written in $45 12-week cycles for, and so it's a, what do you call that? An upgrade, uplift in your income and your cycles, $10 each, because we know that you're going to be brand new company, right? Just opening. And we want to make sure that we give you the chance to get those 10, either a combination of distributors or customers. And so isn't that cool that they wrote that in for 12 weeks to uplift that pay for you? Also, level 1, 2, 3 matching bonus for 12 weeks. Next slide. I know we're in a hurry. Founders pack. This is the pack, you guys. This is it. This is what at least I'm promoting, that I'll be part of, that I really recommend, because it comes with a founders pool and it will not be a diluted pool. But let me tell you some features. So 1,960, 980 CV, right? Unbelievable. It has a 3-month prepaid auto ship, $45 cycle uplift, a $10 uplift, and level 1, 2, 3 matching for 12 weeks. But it comes with a $350 PIB. So what does that mean? You know, I'm always like down to the wire, you know, with my wallet. What that means is that when you get 6 founders, basically pays for your pack, doesn't it? Because you get that introduction bonus. And so I really suggest that you get this. This will be limited. This will not be a diluted pool where it's offered all the time. And so those are our new packs that are coming, and look at all that gorgeous product. And what he talked about, nothing like it on the market, especially the collagen girls, or guys. So good. I had a 3-day sample. So good. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, and there's nobody on this call that needs the collagen more than yours truly. I've got the saddlebag with eyes, proof of it. I can't wait to start taking that product. I need it worse than anyone. Over the course of my legal career, I've had the pleasure of representing some pretty big players in this industry, people who can legitimately be called legends in the industry. But there's been no greater pleasure of mine than to be partnered up with your next speaker. Kim Wee has been a truly amazing and inspirational person to be partnered up with through this entire process that we've been going through. Every aspect of the comp plan, Kim finds a stamp of behavior that she's trying to encourage with everything that we do. She's honest about it, and she makes sure that it's not going to break the comp plan, whatever things we seek. She's not trying to break the comp plan because she wants a legacy company. She's built a massive organization over the course of her career, all grown organically. I don't know of anyone who's done that. When I say grown organically, when we're talking about products in the same breath, I mean she started them from scratch. They have been, it's not transfer of giant leaders. She's made over nearly $100 million with her last company alone. And she walked away from a 7-figure income to do this project. That says a lot. She's selfless. She's not been paid a dime to do this. She gave up her rank. She gave up her accumulated points. She gave up the income that went along with all that. But most importantly, she shares something that all of us share, that we're kicking the tires, that we're looking for that fit, that we're trying to find that, not that fit that's a tight suit that we can squeeze into, but that old pair of jeans that when you put them on, they just feel comfortable. Kim has the same belief that all of us do. She believes that your tomorrow can be a little bit better than your yesterday. And so that it's with great pleasure, it's great honor that I give to you, Kim Wee. Take it away, Kim.
Thank you so much, Mike, for the introduction. Greetings, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you, Lance and Tracy. I tell you, I want to first by saying this, I want to thank the entire crew, our partners, what they have done in the past, that the last couple of weeks, that thank you for your trust. You didn't know about the name of the company. You didn't know anything about the product except the 6 categories. So I'm very grateful for your dedication. And I know many of us for the last couple of weeks, we've been working 7 days to really build something that we believed in, to build a global community, especially in the times that we're facing right now around the world. And so tonight, for the very first time, you met Dr. Dan. And tonight, for the very first time, we learn about the product. And I could tell you, my phone it's lighting up literally as Dr. Dan is talking about. People are absolutely excited about what we're bringing to the table. And it just, sometimes in life, we just got to take that leap of faith. You know, we want to get together to build something. And nonetheless, there's a lot of, behind, a lot of entrepreneurs' mind, they go, what product do we have? Would you say, you know what, trust us, it's going to be good, it's going to be good. And I could tell you at this stage in our career, if it's not good, we ain't going to be a part of it. And so, Dr. Dan, you are a super rock star. We can't wait to take on the world stage and share your knowledge and your wisdom. And I think today I learned 2 terminology that I really love hearing is the fetal nutrient curator. I love that. It's just like a wine curator. So I love that. And the cellular absorption technology, absolutely love it. So Dr. Dan, you are a gift to humanity, especially in the times that we live in. So thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you. And so my part of the talk right now, it's really about people. And so with that said, I know that many of us for the last couple of weeks that have been so feverishly involved and fired up about building a global community, about bringing hope and bring abundance to fellow human beings on this planet in times that we're living right now. And so especially like people like us, I was charged up on building and setting a goal, just walking into that vision and bringing that vision into reality. And at the same time, the last couple of days, I would say, it has been a little tough for me because I had walked into a space that I did not anticipate. And allow me to share this. This is the people aspect of our industry. As you know, we want to find the best of the best CEO that have experience and wisdom in this industry. And so having said that CEO has to come from this space, has to come from this industry. And because of that comes along with the CEO, there's a sales force that he has been leading. And so a couple of days ago, I think today's Monday, last week, I forgot what day it is now. We work 7 days a week, so I really don't know what day it is. Only I know today's Monday because today's the call, okay? So I think a couple of days ago, I went to Las Vegas to meet our new CEO again, and also to support what's going through. And I walk into a room of his existing sales force that he was with. And so there was a lot of emotion that was going through me. And as a matter of fact, I know that a couple of weeks ago, when we started this project, we were like working tirelessly. And I could tell you the most heavy-hearted work that I had to do was the last couple of days when I walk into that room with a room full of leaders that were with our new CEO and the sales force that came with them. And obviously there was a lot of emotions that had to unwind and a lot of things that had to address. But nonetheless, and I want to share this before I bring her up, is that I want to say this as an entrepreneur and walking into the room of another group of entrepreneurs, beautiful souls, beautiful people. And I think the best analogy is this, that we all are living in this planet Earth, and what I call school of life. This is like Earth school. And so we oftentimes in our life, we put on different outfits, different jackets. And so it happens to be that the jacket they were wearing is the name of that company. And perhaps some of you, the jacket that you're wearing was a company that you were with. And now we're with Nuco. We don't even know the name of the company, but we're with Nuco. And so this is what came to me, is that witnessing the emotion that were going through the room that day. It's like oftentimes it takes courage to put down that jacket And that courage perhaps comes from understanding, seeing the vision and meeting the people. And I could tell you that couple of days in the room in Las Vegas, meeting the core team of the sales force that were with our new CEO, it makes me great joy to know that the beautiful souls, beautiful fellow entrepreneurs, that they too wanted to be a part of something bigger. So I couldn't be more excited to bring online the number one leader from the previous company. They are so excited. Now, obviously, before that excitement, it came with a lot of emotion. That's a people side. We are all people. We're all human beings. We're all cut from the same cloth. And so this is the fabric we're wearing on the outside. And so once we get to know their hearts, and once they get to know our hearts, what we are about, that they have decided to join force. And I have to tell you this, that the team that I get to meet with are incredible human beings. We hug, we cried. I mean, so I without further ado, I wanted to bring on the 001 of the previous company. And then now her and her team, her core leaders, have decided to join forces with us in this new company. So without further ado, let's welcome Holly on the call. Holly, your screen is open. So Holly, your mute is thank you, Holly, for coming on. And Holly, would you share with people what went through your mind and how excited you guys are feeling about this new project? And thank you for taking that leadership role. And I know that, you know, to do anything great, we got to be thinking greater and bigger than our circumstances. So Holly, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Kim, and thank you for that introduction, and just welcome everybody on here. I know it's a collaboration of the two groups, and I hope from here forward, it's all about in this transition, us becoming one. The only way for us to move forward and create something very special in this industry is for everybody to move together as one and be mindful of what's going on in each other's worlds, because there are two worlds that have come together not knowingly. It would be for today, such as this that's happening. And I have to tell you, when we first started to hear some of these transitions that might be taking place, I mean, it's tough, obviously, because we know exactly what we're doing, where we're going, how things are happening. We just had a great convention, which, by the way, at convention, Corbin and I just on a leap of faith decided to donate a well. It was one of our hearts and hands. It's one of our foundations that we have. And I didn't know what the name of that was going to be. So we donated the money, we gave that, and I said, just give me a minute. I want to think of what that name can be. And about 4 or 5 days ago, it came up to me, Faith Over Fear. This is what we named this well. And Kim, as you jumped on, you said that same thing. And I love that. That's how we've jumped into this. When I first started hearing about it, of course, I had emotions. You know, Corbin and I have been in charge with this company for 6 years. We've poured our heart and soul, walked away from a check to build this, believed 100% in what we're doing. The CEO you're going to get introduced to, you will never find a better one in this industry. I can tell you that. And he was born for this day that he's about to lead. But it was sitting down with Kim, and we have a lot of our team watching this. It was sitting down with Kim one-on-one and looking into her eyes, and more importantly, hearing her heart for the people. This isn't a takeover and she's coming in and swooping everyone away. This is, I want to help you succeed. And to have that mentorship, to have somebody in front of us that is at a place that I've never been before, that I want to go, I'd be foolish to not get on board and learn. And so she's come in with such grace. She shared with us her heart with such grace. Her vision is so massive. And it's a vision that when you listen to her, you'll buy into in an instant and believe 1000% that you can get there too. So as I went through that, it's a process, right? We all are going to process these things. We're going to process the product, the comp plan, everything's new for us too. I want y'all to understand that every aspect is new for us too, except for the structure, the infrastructure, which is so great because it's going to take away from those startup things that we have to go through, which is painful in a true startup. But I know that coming together, I know these teams, so no longer it's two teams, it's the team. We're going to have massive success. It's been so fun calling. I'm amazed at how many people are joining. The thing that I want to say, if you're sitting on the sidelines watching and you're like, well, I'm going to wait until the 20th to make a move. every person you call has probably already heard from a person. So you better pick up that phone. You better start calling people, telling something big is coming. Corbin and I are 1000% on board. We couldn't be happier. I can't wait to see where this is go. I have a big dream. I always did. I know this is what's going to take me there, but I can't wait to help all of you reach everything beyond your wildest dreams, whatever that looks like for you and your family. For us, it's God first, family second, this new company third. And we're just so thrilled to be a part of it. And Kim, I want to thank you for introducing me to your world and our world on here. I'm so excited to get to introduce you to Kim, and not to mention Dr. Dan Gubler is phenomenal. So you're going to love everything that he brings to the table. So Kim, thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much, Holly. And I want to welcome you and your entire team. It is one big family. We are building a global community. And so there's a lot of great things in store. I tell you, at this stage in our lives, you know, this project, there's a greater force at work. There's something far greater than all of us combined that are coming together. I know that change sometimes is uncomfortable, but there's a calling. I've been called to do this. You know, I was having a great time playing with houses and land in Sedona, and that, you know, Holly, you were in my house and we're playing crystal bowls and stuff. I was having a great time doing that. But, you know, when the calling comes, when Papa calls, you know what, girl, go back to work. And so here I am. And collectively, I believe we'll build something far greater than anything we've ever seen before. I want all of us to be proud, to be in a platform, to bring hope and bring abundance, that we got to think bigger than our circumstances. We got to think bigger than the condition that's happening around the world. Because if we want to change this world, it's up to us. And so we're very grateful for the platform that we are going to launch along with the new CEO, that we will all meet on Monday, and learning the name of the company, and also learning the name of the company and the product name and the packaging. We're really excited. And so we thank you all for your faith. Just all of us are taking that leap of faith, you know. And as a matter of fact, the day that I wanted to resign, and many people were shocked. Like, why would you walk away from that income? I said, why not? If we want to be in place, we want to achieve heights that we have never been before. We got to be willing to do the things that we have never done before. And so it's been a pleasure. It has been an honor for me to be here to serve all of you. And Holly and your entire team, my hat's off to you. We're grateful and honored to have all of you on board with us in this one big family. So with that said, we're going to have a special roundtable call on this coming Wednesday at 5 p.m. Also, on this coming Friday, we're going to do 2 special calls. This coming Friday, Wednesday, we're going to do a special roundtable. You're going to learn the addition to our family with Holly and her whole team, her leadership team. And then on Friday, we are going to do a big family leadership call, and perhaps walk over what to expect before the pre-launch on the 20th. So with that, thank you very much. Hope you're as excited as we are, and get ready for the pre-launch, February 20th. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you, Holly, everyone. Good night.